Alright, this is Julian from the Forex Lab and the Binary Lab. What I'm about to do here is I'm going to manually close a set of trades on the USDJPY. As you can see from here, it's already in a profit, and I want to just basically, close it off right there because, at any time, it could actually just, fall back the other way, and that's what we don't want. So I'm going to manually close this wholesale trade. It's been open for a very long period of time. So it's about time that it all just gets out. So I'm just gonna, I think it's trying to manually close this. It's trying to, it has a way of closing all the trades by itself. So just want to make sure I'm clicking the right ones. Okay, and we've just done with closing all these trades, taken a profit, and we can see that in over here in this section. So just check on the custom period, make sure it's today, and we can see that we realized a $64 profit. In fact, no, actually this was Euro Aussie. So why am I showing this to you? Okay, I'm showing this to you because, like, we're actually in the situation when over the weekend there was a huge price gap. So this could either break out to the top, which is the best scenario, but then again, we notice that the gap has not actually been closed. So there's that off chance that it can actually break out this way. We don't know. We don't know. Okay, it could go either way, and that's not actually a risk that I wish to take. There is the off chance that it could actually go down, and this has been racking up a negative of a period of time. So I think what sets me apart from other people running a managed account is that some people just leave it all the way up to the software. And actually, yes, my software has trading stops and all kinds of features and smart exits and all that, but sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry. And in this case, well, yeah, it would be great if it went all the way up, but there is ample amount of opportunity for it to actually come back down. We don't know. At the end of the day, we don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, this is a pair that has been making profit since last week. We have profited off this pair a fair amount already. So I think it's to be able to profit about $50 on this pair when last week already taken a fair bit of profit with this one. Let's just have a review on that. And he's actually, so I'm gonna sort my symbol, but kind of stubborn as well because, okay, as you can see, last week using the trading stops, this was not manual. It already made this crossover. This 90.96, 127.59 on a different. And right now, I'm basically just added another bunch of operators. I think not just that in 44 point in Thailand. Sorry, okay, this is previous round. So he showed me their system before. 107.59. Today, it's using similar. I mean, like hedging, some martingale, some grid. But they don't use the things in the same way that I do, and I don't think they actually do manual intervention with the trading, which is just so important, and ensure that we're getting out at the best possible prices, and like always making good stable gains. Okay, the things that I do in this system is that I do a fair bit of manipulation in the way that it's taken as well. So if it's in a trending market, I may use a different strategy from ranging market. If it's a ranging market, I would probably want to use a little bit more martingale in the lots multiplying. But if it's a trending market, then there's not much point to use martingale excessively. I will just do fixed lot, and only when I find that the market's return into a ranging point, then I manually change it back into a martingale, so you can actually recoup that loss, and that's going to be a lot better. At the same time, I'm also looking to put additional controls to enable the EA to kind of like stop taking trades indiscriminately. when it's under certain market conditions, and to take very tight stop losses as well, to just lock in existing profit. So these are the ways that I think Fire Your Boss V2 fares way better than any other system on the market. And you can see it over here. This is actually the other account, that's FXTM, which I also similarly exited the bunch of USD JPY trades over here. Because of the entry point being a little bit different, so this one was with a little bit of a small loss, but over here it was actually be a profit. But both of them would have been profitable previously on USD JPY, simply because there have been like I mentioned, there have been previous stop outs. As you see, if you add in all this, that actually makes it overall profitable. So that's the whole point. Okay, at the end of the day, we want to be overall profitable. It doesn't really matter how much, but overall profit, consistent profit. And what I do with the PAMM is that if there's, and also the EA, is that anything that I feel that is missing, I will edit and add to the functionality. I think that's one big advantage that I have over people out there who just basically take some kind of a grid or martingale strategy off the internet, do some optimizations and set up to run. Because as educator of people who do trading, I obviously know how this works. I design all these things from bottom up. Obviously I had some guidelines. Obviously in the beginning I also subscribe to this signal, that signal, but I looked at the plus points, I saw the shortcomings, and with all that I actually come up with what I felt is the best. So you can actually find out more about my system, how it works. You can go to the forexlab.net, you go on to that main page and read more about my system. So find out about why PAMM is different and better than copy trading. You can have a link to my FX book account is right here. You can find out how it works. I've explained different parts of the system over there. You can check out the new features. There will be more new features, and I'll be adding more update videos here, and I'm sure that you'll be excited with them. And there are two brokers you can get started with. One is FX Primus. They have tighter spreads, but leverage is also lower. But I've done my own balancing of settings to make them have a more or less similar kind of return. So the other one would be FXTM Invest. This is for people who are looking to try out. It allows you to enter with smaller account balances. Anything above 100, you can actually start to try it out. You're not going to make huge money with $100. Obviously, you're going to make just a few bucks a month, which is kind of pointless, but it's there to help you see that the system works and decide to invest more in it. FXTM Invest allows you to withdraw at any point in time, as long as you're willing to absorb the floating loss, because over here in FXTM Invest, they do not show you actually show you the what trades are open. You have to look at, for instance, you'd have to look at equity. So for instance, the balance may be 10,705, but equity is only this. So you would have no access to know what are the floating losses going on right now, and you wouldn't be able to time a strategic time to exit your trades, which is basically, for instance, if you look at this, you're happy with that, just get out. One more thing I want to show you is I want to show you how people who are in it are doing. So one thing that I can do on this one is show you how people are faring on their individual accounts. So obviously names are hidden, and only account numbers are displayed. But what you can see is that, okay, most of these people, they join with round numbers. So this guy probably started with 1,500, and he's okay. All these current profit, it means the profit since the last time that profit share was being calculated. So since then there has been yet another profit of 69. But since he joined in with 1005, there has been $111 profit. And this probably was someone started at 1600, and this was started off $566 profit. And since the last calculation is 24, so that means that on previous calculation was 44. This started with 300, This one started out probably with 800 and something. 500. So, I mean, obviously there are those who have smaller amounts of profit. These are people who have just recently came in, and you can tell from the account numbers as well. Okay, so the one starting with the 183 were more recent, and therefore the profits generated were not so much as those who generated 182 something. And there are obviously the 183 5. This would be a lot later than the 1830. 1830. So this guy actually started with 2000 and has already made quite a bit over here. This guy, I don't know who exactly he is, but I remember that he was previously on FX on Fire Your Boss V1, and due to some of the glitches, had some loss, but now he's back up. So he started 2000, briefly dipped under to like 1900 or so due to like some of the glitches, and now he's back up again. So I'm really happy to see that. And once again, you can find out more about how this works. Come to this page and make a choice to decide either one. Again, if you want to have more easy access to withdrawing funds, you want to go to FX Team Invest. But if you want lower spreads, it's going to be FX Primus. And also, one last consideration: if you're in Australia or New Zealand, FX TM Invest would be the one, because FX Primus does not accept people from Australia and New Zealand. Bye for now.